Today is June 10th, 2026. I'll be going over today's price action. Ended up taking one really good A plus trade. Really good really good trade I ended up taking. I have like one more trade until I pass my eval. I'm like 300 more dollars away from passing it. It's gonna be my first like time actually like following my rules and passing an eval instead of just full porting. So yeah, this is gonna be hope. Yeah, I just have one more trade. If the market presents something good, I will take it. If it loses, if it loses, if it wins, it wins. It is what it is. If it's good though, if I like the setup, then it's just a win in my book overall. But today, man, beautiful trade today. Not gonna lie, very beautiful. I really think it didn't really have any much downside to it. I know some people can argue, but this trade was super clean. So coming today, I had more of a bullish bias due to us being super duper overextended here. I mean, if you just draw out the fib real quick, we're like not even close to the 50%, or I think we never even tapped the 50% here. And from this, let me see, this leg from this leg, again, not even close to the 50%. Um, for me, I just like super duper extended. And just look at the availability of DOLs. We have one singular 4 hour swing right here. And what do we have for the buy side liquidity? We have, well, I mean, if I look at look at the 4 hour, we have a huge unfilled 4 hour gap above. On the 1 hour, what do we have? We have, again, this data wick that was left by CPI and a bunch. We just look at the 1 hour, a bunch of low resistance liquidity. Um, so yeah, just looking at the availability of DOLs. What do we have? Just like one singular swing here, and then look at the buy side, just a bunch of LR. So um, bias was bullish coming to the day just because of that. I know we are in this 1 hour, but like if you just look at this rejection wick and you just like zoom in the time frame, what do we do? Hold on, let me go to 1 minute. With this rejection wick is just purely fucking chop. It's just purely chop here. So I wasn't really that worried about this 1 hour. So coming today, I was leaning more bullish. I'm not gonna lie. And at market open, we're gonna open this 30-minute gap. So the thing is, from the CPI, we had this right here, this CPI wick down here. We had this data low right here, and then we had data highs above. So coming today, like you can play. We're in between two high quality DOLs, data low and data high and data low. But you can just play off conditions. That's why I set a condition, which is this 30-minute gap. Also, if you look at the like lower time frames, what do we have? If you look at the 1 minute, a bunch of low resistance leading up to this data wick, or okay, what would you rather target? A bunch of low resistance leading up to this data wick right here, or this data wick, a singular data wick that's not even inside of, that is getting, that is low key high resistance because it's inside of 30 minutes. So we have to go through this 30-minute and fill it all the way down here. So how much is that? We have to go all the way down here just to hit this this data wick, or we can just literally all these low resistance, a bunch of liquidity up here, which is more probable to get hit? Probably this. I was leaning more bullish here. But I was still using this 30-minute as my condition. So market open. At market open, what do? We immediately go higher, leaving this 930 wick above. What do? Add to the liquidity. Now we adding more liquidity into this liquidity pool. We did not take the this data wick. We added more liquidity with the 930 do. Come up higher and then what? Tap this 30-minute gap right here. So boom, now we tap this 30-minute gap. Um, so what did 930 do? 930 what? Open, come up higher, creating this 930 wick above. Did it not take the data wick? Also added more liquidity to this data wick, and then what came lower and manipulated into this 30-minute gap. So now I'm very bullish. ES also tapped this 30-minute at the time. So ES is also in this 30-minute. ES also has equal highs with this data wick, which is, oh my god, we have literally equal highs, relative equal highs with this data wick, and a bunch of low resistance leading up. So both assets for me are fully like I'm fully convicted in both assets here. So that's why I really did not give didn't mind this little data wick right here. If we showed like if we wanted to come up lower here and then take this out and then get along, I don't care. But if we were reacting off this or like immediately, then we're in this 30 minutes. So if we reacted off it, then I was willing to take the long here, and then that's exactly what we did. We immediately got this huge displacement candle here, a 50-point candle, and then immediately disrespected this gap, and then what? We had 100 point distribution, just like out of like boom out of this 30-minute gap. At this point, I am super convicted here, that at least we're gonna go to this 930 wick. So I ended up taking a position right here. Put my stop right here because like here is insane. You know what I mean? I did not put my stop here. It's like very like very big stop. So I put it right under this right here, under this for value gap. Like BPR right here. I put it under this BPR, and I was just targeting the data wick. There was a 1 hour you could have targeted, but yeah, I wasn't gonna go all the way. I'm gonna just take my piece of pipe, but there was like a 4 hour all the way above here somewhere. But so I was just willing to take my piece of the pie. And yeah, so I went here, entered long here, put my stop loss right like around here, I think somewhere around there. I know I did. I didn't put my stop loss all the way down here because of like displacement here. I was super convicted here that we won't really return here. Also ES, if you look at ES right here, still look disrespecting this gap, like brutally disrespecting this gap, still having that 930 wick. Just like everything here is aligned for me, so I was super convicted in this trade. The only thing wrong with the trade, okay, if you look at the pros and cons here, what the heck? Okay, if you look at the pros and cons here, because I'm starting to do this now. Okay, look at the pros. Pros, what do we have? We have 930 manipulation, 930 open, PO3, right? We have immediate like good displacement. We have true manipulation where both assets are in a place to distribute. We have let me see. Both assets are so true disrespectful. Something new I learned. True disrespectful is where both assets are disrespecting a gap. And then we have a clear DOL here. Clear DOL where we have a bunch of low resistance and a clear DOL being that 930 wick and that data wick, and there's abundance of low resistance on both assets. So here, what the hell? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, abundance of low resistance on both assets, and yeah, look all these pros, and like I'm gonna do the cons, which is what are the cons? Data wick below, and that's it. Bro. That's really it. That's all I see. That's really wrong with the trade, or not like that is like something that's like off about it, not being like super A plus, but still really good trade that you should take. So the only thing that's wrong with this trade is data wick below, and that's really it. Other than that, we have all these pros in one con. Just take the trade. So I took this trade very clean, and I'm pretty sure it hit for one. I think I think it hit for 1-1. I'm pretty sure right here. I decided to go break even here after this close. So right here I went break even, just because we closed above this. Like we got this candle and then immediately closed above this 930 wick. Sometimes 930 wicks like give us like reversals for no reason, literally. So I just went break even there and then hit TP next candle. Yeah, right there. So hit TP next candle. Very clean setup here. And yeah, that's really after this I just got off. But yeah, just super clean setup. A bunch of liquidity resting above. And yeah, I mean, as I said, if you look at the pros and cons of this trade, there was like really one con, and other than that, there was a bunch of pros, and just in line with just in line with the buys. If you just look at the 1 hour, like look, disrespecting this 1 hour. We have a bunch of low resistance leading up to this 4 hour gap. It's just like, I don't know, just very clean. I don't know. I was super convicted in this trade. I want to talk about this 2 minute right here. So we were technically inside. So some people took this 2 minute short right here. I think it's a bit of a FOMO trade. I'm not gonna lie. It is a bit of a FOMO trade. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just cause what? Now we're showing clear disrespecting of this 1 hour gap. We're disrespecting. We're closing above it. We're clearly displacing out of here, and now you're trying to take a short here. Um, you're using this 1 hour gap as your so right here, you're using this 1 hour gap. Immediately fell too, but you're using this 1 hour gap as your key level, which is a weak key level. We already traded inside it. We fully mitigated this 1 hour gap here, um, and we showed no reaction off it. You know, this is the reaction we showed. A bunch of just chop after fully mitigating this fair value gap. So, you know, at this point you can tell, like, damn, like, you know, this fair value is probably not gonna hold. And look, what is this 1 hour defending? If you just look at the high time frame, it's defending a bunch of LR leading up to a high time frame fair value gap. A high time frame 4 hour unfilled fair value gap. At this point, I think shorts are not the move here. I know you can make the argument, oh, data wick below, but it's just not the move, because what is this 1 hour attacking? High resistance. This right here is high resistance liquidity. Why is this high resistance liquidity? Because we traded into this unfilled 30-minute gap, showed immediately we displaced out of it with a 100-point candle, and you're immediately trying to take a short here. Yeah, it's just not it for me. You know, it's just like you're targeting high resistance. Both of these are high resistance because what, they're both in the 30-minute gap, and your key level is kind of weak, with just being a 1 hour gap that is what, defending a bunch of low resistance leading up to a 4 hour. So, so you're just attacking. You know, what are you attacking? You're attacking. What is 1 hour attacking? High resistance. What is it defending? Low resistance. So it should have been a fade. 2 minutes should have been a fade, and immediately went to stop loss here. Yeah, boom, immediately went to stop loss. So other than that, that's really it for the day. I got off after that, after seeing my trade play out. Very clean trade. This one should have been a fade, but very clean trade today. So yeah, that's really it. Yeah. Bye bye. Oh yeah, and then I did follow my rules, so this is like, I think 6 out of 30. Yeah. So boom.